Hey guys, and welcome back to another video. And today, I'm going to be testing these 5 HP laptops. And I got these laptops around 3 days ago on Saturday. And I'm just going to be going through each of them and testing them because I haven't tested any of these yet. So I think the first one to start off with is this HP mini laptop, or whatever it's called. So these are all HP Pavilion laptops here. So can see the previous owner of this. All of these laptops were thrown together, by the way, thrown out, in one lot, I guess. So as you can see, it's been opened up to get the hard drive out. You can see that standoff there has been broken off from the actual plastic keyboard over here, upper cover. This side is badly damaged, which is, it's all bent and broken. So the hard drive cable is actually ripped for some reason. I don't know why they couldn't have just unplugged the hard drive or unplugged the cable from the motherboard. Maybe it was a little bit too difficult for them, or they just didn't have enough time. But it looks like it's in good shape overall. The keyboard doesn't have too much wear. The touchpad doesn't have too much wear. So on the bottom here, we don't have that much, but overall pretty good condition. So I think it's about time to test if this thing works. Now I got this power adapter here, 150 watt power adapter with these laptops. So I'm just gonna test this power adapter out. So I'm going to plug it into this outlet, and we have power. Alright. And the laptop works. So of course hard disk not found. Let's do Control-Alt-Delete here and boot into the BIOS. So, HP Pavilion 10 TS Notebook PC. So, sort of like a netbook type computer. So, it's designed for Windows 8.1 and, well, not much else in the BIOS except for this. Now, processor type, AMD with Radeon graphics. So, 2 gigabytes of RAM. Not sure if that's modular or not. I doubt, just based on the size of the motherboard. But I think this one can be fixed. It looks like it has a touchscreen just based on how thick the screen is and the design of the screen. Could have a touchscreen. Who knows? So that one's working. Now we have this big one here. It's sort of like a product red type color. Of course, it's just, a red HP laptop. So another Pavilion laptop here. And opening it up, it says Pavilion down here, just like every single other HP laptop from this era. So right there. And screen looks okay. There's just one scratch here that you guys can't see. Or you can see a little bit down here. But it has a big scratch down the right of the screen. So these are all Windows 8 laptops, I think. Maybe some Windows 10. But this one working. Let's see if there's anything in the optical drive. Nothing. So of course this one has no hard drive. Let's do a Control-Alt-Delete and boot into the BIOS. So we have AMD processor with Radeon R5 graphics. 16 gigabytes of RAM, so maybe it was upgraded at some point. And doesn't say Windows 10. So this is a Windows 10 machine. Condition looks like it's in pretty good condition. Keyboard's a little bit worn out, but I think overall this one can be fixed. So red HP laptop works. Next is this really big gray or white HP laptop. Now this one I actually did get like this. So they pried up the keyboard the wrong way. It's supposed to open up from the bottom. Yeah, it's supposed to open up from the bottom because the keyboard's riveted in and there's all this metal shielding over everything. So this is exactly how I got it. So this little thing came out. I just put it back just, to have it in the state it was in. But there's a piece of a hard drive, the hard drive bracket here. These laptops were definitely not taken apart with care. But this one also seems to be in pretty good condition. Keyboard seems to be in pretty good condition. Bottom here looks to be in good condition, just a little bit, plain looking. But let's see if this one works. So there's a disc inside. So the other guys, is that like a movie? Maybe. Alright, so operating system, factory installed OS is Windows 8.1. We have 6 gigabytes of RAM, Core i3 CPU, and I think that's all to see here in this BIOS. So this one is another working laptop, just may need a little bit more work than some of the others. Now, the next one is the oldest HP laptop. This is an HP Pavilion DV9000. Not sure which DV9000. It's the DV9700. So 9700. If you want to call it that. So let me just get the power adapter here. And can plug it in. I had one of these, but I threw it away because I thought it didn't work, but I just had the wrong power cable. So that's unfortunate. It didn't have a hard drive. I think it had a hard drive, maybe. I think so. Alright. It's on. Oh. Alright, so it works. And it restarted. So it keeps restarting, which isn't good. Let me try and boot to the BIOS here. Alright, so we're in the BIOS. So this is a Windows Vista computer. The product key on the bottom says Windows Vista Home Premium. So we have an AMD processor, like this sticker says down here, and NVIDIA graphics. So, yeah. So there's the model right there, and So we have 2 gigabytes of RAM, a 2000 megahertz CPU, 2 gigahertz I think. So not much else to see here. We have 64 megabytes of video memory, but overall not much else. So this HP laptop is a working one, and you can see just how carelessly these laptops have been disassembled, so this is where the hard drive would have been originally. Thank God I have another one here, spare one for a secondary hard drive, but this one was the original one because you can see it's missing half the connector because the hard drive was ripped up pretty violently. So this is the original hard drive. I actually have 3 of the original hard drives with me, and if you're wondering why I took these smashed useless hard drives, that's because they came with brackets, useful brackets that I can bend back and use in these laptops. This one is the original one, Samsung SpinPoint. So you can see here it's all smashed up and bent, but there's a pull tab for you to pull the laptop and the hard drive up like this. You don't need to brute force it up like that. You can just pull it up. Of course. All right. Yeah. So pretty stupid to not pull it up the way HP wanted you to, but I guess, oh well. So I think this laptop can be fixed up right away, unlike this one. So this one looks like it's in pretty good condition overall. I think one of the screen hinges could be loose, as just based on the screen, how it sits when open. Keyboard isn't too worn out. Touchpad's a little bit worn out. Bottom looks okay until you look inside. So there used to be a hard drive cable here, and I think this hard drive was the original one that came in here. And yeah, I think so. So you can see half of the hard drive cable is gone, and that used to sit right in this little connector here. And you can see that the hard drive connector is blocked, so you can't pull it out. But so they just cut it without knowing that you could just easily remove the hard drive cable, and that would have saved them so much more time than just cutting it. I don't know where the other piece went, but there was another half in here. I remember seeing it, but oh well. But with the new hard drive cable, I think this laptop here should be able to be fixed. Now, let me just hook up the other power adapter for this laptop. So, let's see. So, power light. And nothing else. So we just have a power light. See, it wasn't even on. It's just sunlight reflecting. Okay. All right. So boot device not found. Let's do a Control-Delete. Boot into the BIOS. So we have an Intel Core i7, 8 gigabytes of RAM, designed for Windows 8, not 8.1. We have an HP Envy DV6 notebook PC, and the BIOS says nothing else right off the bat. But Looks like this one is a working laptop. So all of these laptops seem to be working just fine, except for the fact that they were brutally taken apart. And where did it go? Okay. I want to see if these hard drives actually turn on. So I'm gonna bring this HP laptop back here. Gonna make it so that the USB port is easily accessible. Easier to access. And alright, so first hard drive to test is this one. No, there's no open holes on it. It's a slim one, probably from the one of the newer laptops. And turns on even with all this bent PCB, and this one is pretty smashed up. Now here's this one. Yeah, and the adapter doesn't fit. So I'm gonna need a screwdriver to get some of these hard drives out of their caddies. So I'm going to start off with this one. So, as you can see, these are pretty beat up hard drives. And there's hard drive shavings falling everywhere. These tiny little pieces of hard drive just falling onto my desk. Alright, so the hard drive's supposed to just slide out, but I don't think that's gonna work. So I'm just gonna bend this part out. Alright, so this hard drive PCB is pretty destroyed. It's all bent up and stuff, so yeah, it's tiny, some chunks of it are missing. Let's see if it works. And it does work. Not for very long. So next is this one from the older HP laptop with Windows Vista. So this one actually has a giant hole in it where hard drive shavings can come out. So I'm gonna have to fix that. Alright. Oh yeah, this one has been smashed pretty badly. So the whole PCB is obviously bent. And no signs of life at all. So this PCB here is not savable. I like to keep PCBs of hard drives because then you can use them on other hard drives that have PCB issues in the future. Now I'm gonna save these, replace with HP spare stickers. Save them. Alright. go. Can take that to the laptop it's supposed to be with. Now this one here, I think, can be used as a spare PCB. Hard drive shavings everywhere. So this one, I think, can this PCB can be saved. Keep that, and the bracket keep. So this hard drive is probably the one that is least, the least smashed. So just get this bracket out. All right. There we go. Now this one is yeah, it's pretty beat up, but things are gonna work out with the smashed hard drive. All right, so gotta bend these back somehow. So I think it's straight enough. Yeah, it's straight enough. Now this one is a much thicker metal, so I'm gonna have to get some tools, pry tools. So I can shut this one off. It has a glowing HP logo. That's nice. So can bend this back. Right. So bracket and everything seems like it's bending back into shape. Okay, so everything here seems pretty straight and even. All right, looks like it's all bent back into shape, mostly. Let's see if it fits. All right. So this is it. Now, will it fit? All right, so this part here is might need a little bit more work. All right, let's see now. All right, it fits most of the way, and that's good enough. Fits most of the way, so I'll just put this adapter in there. So good thing the bracket just screws right in if the cover was there, so Alright. Good enough. So, this bracket has quite the, well, hard drive shavings on it. So I'm going to go clean this off under some water, and I'll be right back. Alright, so everything's nice and clean now, which means I can start the bending process. So I'm going to try and make everything one straight line first. Okay. There's water dripping everywhere, which is nice. Metal fatigue. I hope this metal doesn't break off. I mean, if it does, it's not a big deal. I might rip it off just in the end. Yeah, that's broken. Let me just break off this whole side because it's not working. Alright, there you go. So now I can focus on this side, which is in slightly better condition. I might need some sort of barrier to help me with this. Alright. So I think this bracket is going to go back together pretty nicely. Except for that one broken piece, which is unfortunate. I just don't have the right tools for this. I can bend it this way, but I can't bend it that way. Okay. You know, I give up. This one here looks okay enough. I mean, that whole thing's peeling off, but this hard drive looks, bracket looks okay. This one, partially. The other one, that one probably went back together the second best. This one went back together the best, just because, well, there's so little metal material on it, or aluminum, that, you know, it just goes back together so easily. But I think that's going to be it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I'll see you guys in the next one.